This is an official Goddess Productions remix.
What's up, everybody? This is Bree from Young, Saved, and Free, and I'm back with this week's Tuesday Talk. Before we get started, everybody, welcome to my channel. I am your founder and creator of Young, Saved, and Free. My name is Brianna, and for everybody that's new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I have a lot of videos that, some of y'all ain't watching, but it's okay. It's okay. No tea, no shade. But just make sure that you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss another video from me. I'm going to go ahead and apologize ahead of time because the dog, Tyson. Come here, Tyson. Come here. I don't know if you guys can see him. Come on. Yeah, that was his face. He is here and he's going through it right now. Poor baby. My nephew is not here, so he's been whining and stuff. So he is, yeah. You probably hear him whine from time to time. So go ahead and apologize about that now. Also, make sure you guys like the Facebook page because I think what I'm going to start doing is putting it. You see what I'm saying? He just wants attention. But I think I'm going to start putting exclusive content on the Facebook page and on the Instagram. So make sure that you guys are following each of those pages. The links to it will be in the description box below. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. And Tyson, you stink. I'm sorry. You smell like a dog. But, go sit down. Go sit down. Go home. I'll come get you in a minute. He's so pitiful. Go sit down. He's just going through it because my nephew's not here. But anyway, we're going to be talking about laughing to keep from crying. I got this inspiration from just conversations that I've been having with people since this whole Corona thing has started. And I also got it from a video that I was watching. If you guys are not following YLC TV, definitely do that. It is my Young Leaders Conference family. I love them all to death, to life. Yes, I love them to life. So, it's just one of those things, and it's been bothering me, and I didn't really want to talk about it because I feel like some people take some things way out of context, which is kind of what happens in some cases. So, like, I was having a conversation with me, my aunt, and my cousin, and she was like, there was a doctor on Facebook, and she was, a doctor and some of the pastors that was like, the myth that black people don't get the corona is not true. Black people are dying, and the whole thing that black people don't get corona was a joke. Like, I think people take this generation so much more seriously than the generation actually takes themselves. And it's like, it's not a scare tactic. It's not an avoidant tactic or anything but it's just how people deal with it. Life happens. And sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying, because if you get so caught up in what's going on around you, then you're not really living. You're living in fear at that point. That's not living. That's just existing, and I don't want that. And I mean, some people just feel like this generation is not as serious as they need to be, but there's sometimes where you can be too serious, where you can be so serious where it will have you in a stupor. You hear me? Like, it will have you like feeling like you're losing your mind. So sometimes it is okay to make light of situations, and it doesn't mean that we don't know how serious it is. It's just we make light of the situation. Now, is it sometimes facetious? Probably so. But that's just everybody doesn't have the same sense of humor. So, like for me, for example, one time my grandmother was in the hospital. I think this was early last year. And the fire alarm was going off in the hospital, and they said the burn unit was on fire. I thought that was the funniest thing. Like, I have a dark sense of humor sometimes, but everybody doesn't find that funny. Some people are like, oh my God, they're already traumatized. Why would they allow this to happen on the burn unit? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, like, it's okay. Because if it was really that deep, the fire department would have came, but they didn't. So it's not that deep. So like you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you can be so deep, you're depressing. Like you can be deep in depression, and don't nobody want that. Like it's a good thing to be able to laugh about life. The Bible says to count it all joy when you go through different trials. And I just, if I have joy in spite of everything that's going on, why is that such a bad thing? Why is it such a bad thing for people to be able to laugh even though we're going through hard times? The Bible says laughter does good like a medicine. So like, why is it such a thing? And I'm sorry, y'all. Chi-Chi's in the back. That's the other dog. She is a Chihuahua and she is aggravating. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. But I just don't really understand why so serious all the time. Like I don't get it. Because me personally, I love to laugh. I absolutely love to laugh. Like, and I feel like a lot of people are catching a lot of slack because they have a sense of humor. Like, why is it such a bad thing to have a sense of humor? Because if you really, honestly and truly, if you look at a lot of comedians, their content comes from their life struggles. Like Kevin Hart, he talks about his dad being a crackhead all the time. When you're in that moment, it's not funny. It's not. This is his real father. This is his biological father. No, when he was going through it, it wasn't funny. But now that you've gone through it, he can count it all joy because he got through it. He survived. You have 100% survival rate. I got this from Steve Harvey, and it has been sticking with me ever since. So if I'm not going to be in a place where I've been through something and I'm just stuck there mentally. No, I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm going to laugh, be able to laugh at how I react in some situations. Like there's times where I've looked back at past relationships, almost like, yo, you were so dumb. Like you were just doing dumb stuff. Like I was able to laugh at myself. But I don't want to take it so personal where it's like, don't laugh at me. This is my real life. Like, of course, in that moment, I'm going to be like that. But afterwards, when it's all over and I came through it, I can laugh about it. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Because a lot of comedians, a lot of people are able to make light of their hardships. Like I said, Kevin Hart is able to laugh about his father being a crackhead. I have an uncle that's a crackhead. And I've gotten to a place now because he's been a crackhead my whole life. Like when I was younger, I used to be really upset about it. But at this point, I'm like, yo, it's just entertainment at this point because it is what it is. Like I can pray for him, but it is what it is at this point. Like some of our most entertaining moments have been with him in that state. Now, am I going to what's the word? Enable him? So I can have those laughs? Absolutely not. But in the moment, yes, it's funny. It's absolutely funny. But I think that like people should just stop taking themselves so seriously. Life can't be serious all the time. Like in order to cope, you're going to have to be able to smile. In order to cope, you're going to have to look at life at what it is and be able to deal with it. Like I don't. Like, I was listening to one of my friends from high school. Well, me and her have been friends forever. But she was saying, like, that this is going to really have a lot of mental effects on people. Or psychological effects on people. Like, she was looking at somebody's story. And they were playing the, it's been a long way. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Whatever the song is, the Paul Walker song from Fast and Furious, and I don't know what words I was just saying. I don't think I said any words, but to be able, and she thought somebody died, and she realized she took it out of context. It's not that somebody died; it's that I haven't seen you because we're in quarantine. So to me, it was funny, but for some people in that moment, it's a real hardship for them, and it's like. It's not that it's not that I'm insensitive to to their hardship. It's just that I have to find joy in something, right? But what I will say is that sometimes people are just so sensitive. Like I know that for some people, I love Not Carlton Banks on Instagram. He is hilarious to me. But I think some people feel like he is overstepping boundaries because he's laughing about stuff that's happened in church. And he ain't lying when he says the funniest stuff happens in church. Because it's true. Like, it is really true. Like, it's true. It's stuff, funny stuff happens in church, and it's okay. Like, now where their issue is with stuff happening in church and being considered funny, this whole Kobe Mitchell situation, they did talk about this on, what is it called? What do they call it? Their podcast for YLC, and I forget what they call it. Let me look and see if I can find it real quick. YLC TV. Preacher Talk. That's what it was. I thought that's what it was called. They talk about it on there. They talk about this whole Kobe Mitchell thing, and I didn't know that was his name. But there is, you can look at him and tell there is something wrong with him. So for people to find, to make him go viral, not because they really agree with what he's saying, but because of his condition, that's not okay. And that's the thing about, and they did touch on basis on this too as well. We as people are so drama driven, and it's like, why? Why can't we just be positive sometimes? Why does everything have to be so filled with drama? Like, even TV shows, we don't really, most shows that are just positive are not just positive. I mean, are not successful. Like, if they're just positive without any kind of problems, like, it's like it doesn't exist. So, like, I mean, I get it, life has problems. So, even with the Cosby Show, they have issues, but they're not all over dramatic, and I'm going to shoot you in the head, and this, that. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's just family stuff. But those kind of things, now, this generation, it's like, if it's not somebody got arrested or something tragic has happened, nobody wants to see that. Why is that the case, though? And I don't understand, because I'm like, listen, I got enough drama going on in my own life. I don't need to watch somebody else's drama to get my rocks off. Like, it's not that deep. And I know that was a really sexual term, but y'all know what I mean. Like, I can watch something and be at peace. Like, for me, at 27 years old, I don't need to watch all these reality shows. I don't have to watch them. I honestly don't really watch TV like that anymore. Like, I've watched things here and there, and I'm just, I love Real Housewives. I've always watched Real Housewives since the beginning, so I'm going to watch Real Housewives. But the rest of it I can do without, to be honest. I watch Tammy and Flocka because I love Tammy and Flocka together. Like, I absolutely love it. Well, Tammy and Waka, whatever. That's what we're going to, yeah, Tammy and Waka with the Flocka. Yeah. I like them together, but I'm not one of those people that like stares down the shade room and it's all on industry. Like, I know what the blogs are, but I don't like focus my life on that. I just don't. Like, I have enough drama going on my own. Why do I need to know about somebody else's? But I mean, for me, because I have so much going on, my peace of mind is not knowing that somebody else has drama going on. I know I can't be the only one that's going through stuff. My peace of mind comes from coming home from a long day of dealing with craziness and watching a Disney movie. Like, just watching, like, some kind of kiddie movie. That is me. That's like, I can sit back, laugh. Like, Lilo and Stitch. I love Lilo and Stitch. I love Lion King. I love all the old Disney movies. That is just where my peace of mind comes from. And I just don't understand why we find so much joy and so much solace in being able to laugh at somebody else's downfall. Like, that's not cool. That's not to be able to laugh at somebody else's insecurities and make it this big deal. Like, it's not. Why can't we just put more positive things out there? Like, yeah, it's cool to laugh, but don't make this man think that he's going viral because he's spreading the word of God. Because really, honestly and truly, that it doesn't really go viral like that. And it's like a lot of people don't know who Marissa Farrow is. A lot of people don't know who Brian Nelson was. I don't know who Brian Nelson was until I started watching the podcast. Like, I had no idea who he was. I knew who Mark was. I knew who Marissa was. I didn't know the other people on it. I'm like, let's go look them up. Let's go watch their sermons. And so that's what I did. But a lot of people just don't know. And it's like, why? Why is that the case? Why do we put all these negative things out there and completely miss what's going on? Like, Marissa kept mentioning Andrew Caldwell. Now, my thing with Andrew Caldwell is the reason why he went viral. It wasn't because he actually had something to say that was of substance. The reason why he went viral was because he was playing with God. And see, that's going to come back on him. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that. Like, that is going to come back on him full force. And I don't, like, he was making a mockery of deliverance. Like, because he wasn't delivered for real. You could look at that video and tell. He was playing. He was putting on because he was in front of all these people. I'm not here for that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Because I really feel like I'm getting on a tangent and I'm getting on a little soapbox. But y'all, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that some people, like, I honestly feel like some people take life so seriously. And then I feel like some people take everything as a joke. Like, I think we should find that balance and know when it's a priority to be funny and when it's a priority to be serious. Because really in life, it's about prioritizing. Not the balance, but prioritizing. When does it the right time to make something a bigger priority than the other? Right? And I think that may be the issue, that our generation is facetious, as in they find humor in improper times. So I don't know, but what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments below, and we can talk about it. But that's all that I have for y'all. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.